Moving ahead with the sixth question, children. A body falls freely towards the earth. A body falls freely towards the earth with which one? Uniform speed, uniform velocity, uniform acceleration, or none of these. A body, see, on the surface of the earth, if you consider acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth is considered to be constant and its value is given as 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. So, what is the value? The value of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth is taken as 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. And this is taken as a constant to certain height. So, that means this value, as it is a fixed value and it is a constant value, we can consider this acceleration due to gravity is constant or uniform. So, this value is constant, or you can also say that its value is uniform. Hence, uniform acceleration. So, what is that? A body falls freely on the surface of the earth with uniform acceleration. The speed may increase as and when it reaches the earth's surface, the speed will increase, and as and when the body goes far away from the surface of the earth, the speed may decrease, and finally at certain maximum height, speed will become 0. Okay, magnitude of velocity is still taken as speed. Okay, so velocity becomes 0. So velocity or speed might be changing, but acceleration is always taken as constant and hence uniform acceleration. So moving ahead with the seventh question, children. So what was it given? If the mass of a body is m on the surface of the earth, then its mass on the surface of the moon will be. So, mass of the body. Just now we have calculated that mass of a body. So, first question what we discussed is mass of the body always remains constant. The weight may change. Weight of the object may change because of the change in acceleration due to gravity at different ways. Moon has different gravity, whereas Earth has different values. So, as the gravity changes from planet to planet or from Moon to Earth, the value of G is different, hence the weight might be different, but mass of the body always remains constant. If mass of the body is m on the surface of the earth, then the mass of the body will be same around or throughout the universe. So it will be m itself, whether it is moon or any other planet or any other satellite. Its mass remains constant and hence it is always m, no change. Mass is always constant. Moving ahead with the eighth question, weight. Is weight a vector quantity or not? Of course, weight is a vector quantity because W, weight is given as W equals to mg. M is mass of the body and g is acceleration due to gravity. So, acceleration due to gravity is always directed towards the center of the earth. Okay, so it has a specific direction. So, whenever a physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction, they are termed as vector quantity. So, as G has a direction, weight must also be having weight. The weight of the body always is pulled towards the center of the earth. Hence, it has a vector quantity. So, of course, weight is a vector quantity. Weight of a body's interplanetary space is maximum. So, no. So, weight of a body and interplanetary. So, weight of a body is maximum at the surface of the earth. Okay. Weight will be always as and when we go away from the surface of the earth, the acceleration due to gravity decreases. Similarly, as when go towards the center of the earth, the value of G increases. But on the surface of the earth, it has a maximum value. So, body interplanetary space is not maximum. It is on maximum on the surface of the earth. Increases when the body goes up. No. When the body goes up, the value of G decreases and hence the value of weight also decreases. None of these. No. Of course, it goes good with the first option. So, none of these also are wrong choice. So, the only correct option from this is option A, that is weight is a vector quantity. Moving ahead with the ninth question, children, the value of G near the Earth's surface is, what is the value of G on the surface? It's 9.8 meter per second square. Hence, option C must be true. How much is that? 9.8 meter per second square. Well, moving to the next question, question number 10, children. The force of gravitation between two bodies depend on. So, as we know that the force of gravitation depends upon F. Formula is G m1 m2 by r square. So, F depends on masses of the bodies. F depends upon the square of the distance between the two bodies. Depends whether it is proportional directly or inversely, we are not bothered. So whether F depends on mass or not, yes. Whether F depends on universal gravitational constant or not, yes. Whether F depends on distance of separation between the two bodies or not, yes. So the force of gravitation between two bodies depends upon their separation, R, gravitational constant G, as well as the product of masses m1, m2. So all the three are correct options. Hence, option D holds good. So let us now move to the next question, children. That is 11th question. When an object is thrown up, the force of gravity decreases due to decrease in acceleration due to gravity. The force of gravity acts in the direction of the motion, acts in the opposite direction of the motion, remains constant of the body moves up, or increases as the body moves up. As we said that if this is the surface of the earth, as the body goes up, the value of G decreases, and as it goes and it is maximum, okay, as the value of G is maximum on the surface of the earth. Okay, as we move away from the surface of the earth, the value of G decreases. Even as we move towards the center of the earth, the value of G also decreases, and it is maximum at the surface of the earth. And remember, children, the value of G will be 0 at the center of the earth. At the center of the earth, the value of G is 0. Decreases, and gradually at the center of the earth, it becomes 0. And as and when it the body moves away from the surface of the earth, then also the value of G decreases, and it will be maximum on the surface of the earth. So when an object is thrown up, the force of gravity acts in the direction of the motion. So we know that the body pulls downwards. So direction of acceleration due to gravity, motion of the body, this is the body. So body is moving upwards and gravity is acting downwards. So both are acting in the opposite direction. So what they are asking is that the force of gravity acts in the direction of motion? No. Acts in the opposite to the direction of motion? Yes. So motion of the body and gravity acts in the opposite direction to each other. Remains constant as the body moves up? No. So as and when it moves away from the surface of the earth, its value decreases, and towards the center of the earth, its value also decreases. It's maximum at the surface of the earth. So it's not constant. It is not constant. Increases as the body moves up? No. What happens as the body moves up? The value decreases. So even this is also a wrong statement. So not in the direction of the motion. This acts in the opposite direction. So what is the correct statement, children? Option 2 is the correct statement. Moving ahead with the 12th question. The force of gravitation exists. Where does the force of gravitation exist? Everywhere in the universe, on the surface of the earth only, inside the earth, or at the surface of the moon. So it is a universal force. Okay, the force, Newton's force, whatever is there, is accepted by all the particles in the universe. Every particle in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is proportional to the product of the masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, and it is accepted by all the bodies in the universe. So everywhere in the universe, the force of gravitation exists. So option A is true. Moving ahead with the 13th question, 1 kg weight is equals to. So as we have discussed earlier, children, the value of 1 kg weight is equals to 1 mg. Okay, so mass is kg and g is meter per second square, and this kg meter per second square can be written as 1 Newton. Force, mass into acceleration. So kg meter per second square itself is nothing but Newton. So 1 kg weight is equals to, so 1 kg weight is equals to 1 mg. The value of g is 9.8. So this is equals to 9.8 Newton. How much is that, children? 9.8 Newton, and hence the correct option is 9.8. Mass is taken as 1 kg. Gravity is taken as, the value of acceleration due to gravity is taken as 9.8 meter per second square. This whole square. Okay. So this is equals to 1 into 9.8 is 9.8 kg meter per second square. So this kg meter per second square is taken as Newton and the value is 9.8. So remember always the value of 1 kg weight is equals to 9.8 kg Newton equals to 9.8 Newton, and hence option A must be true. So children, moving ahead with the 14th question. 1 kg weight is equals to, earlier also they were asking 1 kg weight but in SI system. Now 1 kg weight in CGS system. So 1 kg weight, just now we have calculated it as 9.8 Newton. Now you want to convert in dyne. So in order to convert in dyne, we know that 1 Newton is equals to 10 power 5 dyne. So then this will be 9.8 into 10 power 5 dyne. So there is no such option here. So it must be equals to 98000 dyne. Okay. So there is no such option here. Hence we'll go for option D. None of these are true.